Right, let's jump into it. If you need to plan Christmas shopping, now is the time to do it. Black Friday is around the corner, and if you had your eye on something for a while, you will obviously know what price it's going for, and if you can pick it up for a good deal, now would be the time to do it. If you're planning some Christmas shopping, Black Friday is always, not always, but it is a good place to find some good deals.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Chanel from Chandra's Life. I'm a life transformation coach, loving to share frugal and minimalist tips with you to calm you through overwhelming seasons of your life. Today we're in my kitchen and I'm going to share things that I've purchased on Amazon since we landed in Dubai that I literally use every single day, if not multiple times a day. This video is not going to be very edited. I am busy putting together the new website and the new community where all of us can come together and share some ideas or even be vulnerable. And guys, I am busy with that in the back, so I'm extremely short on time. So this is not going to be edited very much. Right, what I have over here is a crock pot. It wasn't the most expensive. It wasn't the cheapest. It does have a metal insert. I thought I was purchasing one with a ceramic insert. It came with a metal insert. I did some research on the toxicity of the crock pot make and the Teflon. It seemed to be fine. And I'm saying fine, like fine. It seems to be fine. It's not flaking so far. I am hard on my non-stick things. I do not enjoy cooking or doing dishes, so everything goes into the dishwasher. And if my husband tries to get something tough off there, he does use the scruffy side of a scrub mommy, I think. And that obviously is abrasive. So I'm very impressed with how this is holding up so far. Then we're moving on to my air fryer that I actually don't want to show too closely because let me close the lid. This is a Kenwood. I think it's a triple XL. A Kenwood triple XL. It has a lot of smart features that I don't use. I literally press 2 buttons and start and I nuke my food. That is how I cook. I use this thing if not multiple times a day, daily. I do pork belly for breakfast. I generally do a piece of steak for lunch. I slow cook some shanks or stew meat or whatever for Andrew for dinner. So between these two items, that's what I use to cook. I don't cook in my microwave and I've never switched on this oven, so I don't know how it works. I love this thing. It's holding up very well for the amount of times that I use it. Then I need to lower you. Now let me pick this up. Okay. Let's pick this up. This is my Victorinox items. I love them. I don't think I'll be able to survive without them. I flew this one out from South Africa, so I've had this for a long while, and if I have to replace it, I will replace it with another Victorinox because so far I've had this for a good couple of years, and I don't know if you know cheap tin openers, they always seem to fail on the cutting blade edge thing where they just fold instead of cut. This has not happened to this one yet. So good couple of years in and it's still going strong. I'm very impressed. So, sticking with that, this is my most recent purchase. This is a slicing knife. I got this to cut the bulk meat that I use or that I buy every week. And I've used it twice. And it's a very weird, definitely a different feel to the serrated knife when you cut through your meat, but I can't believe how sharp this is, even though it seems like a blunt blade. Very impressed. I've got 6 of these. I did a little short ones about anything you need to purchase for the carnivore diet, if you need to, or if you feel like it. And my recommendation was sharp knives. Guys, my Victorinox, again, I bought a 6-pack, very inexpensive, and they will last for years. I know that because I've had these 3 for years and they're still going strong. I actually had a lot more that I left behind in the Cayman, but I knew coming to Dubai at least needs something. So these are the three that made it. Last Victorinox item is my little vegetable peeler. I did cut off a part of my thumb last week when I cut Andrew's sweet potato or peeled his sweet potatoes. So they are very, very sharp. I've had this one, I think, even longer than what I've had these ones for, and it's still going strong, guys. Andrew was vegan at one stage during lockdown, and this thing got so much use, and not blunt at all. Then I'm moving on to something that I did not buy from Amazon. I've been using them for years and years. I even had a good little cry because I thought I might have to leave them behind in the Cayman. And that's my La Creuset spatula. I've got two of these. I've got a little teal one and this one, and then my salt and pepper grinder. I love these. We use this eating a low carb carnivore type diet. So we use this multiple times a day for years. They're still going strong. I love them. I love the fact that they come in different sizes and different colors. This thing, Andrew eats eggs every single day. I use it to clean my air fryer pan before I plonk it into the dishwasher to scrape all the fat out. So I use my spatulas multiple times a day. There's one little nick out there. This thing is easily, I don't know, 5 years old, 6 years old. Good couple of years, still going strong, nothing wrong with them. Love them to bits. What I do love about these spatulas is they don't have a slot where water can drain into. So what I mean by that is this one, for instance, you have the rubber meeting the wood, and over time water gets in there and it gets gunky in there. This one is a solid piece of silicone, so nowhere there's a weak point where germs can actually grow because it's been attached. That's what I really love about these. Then when we got to Dubai, I said to Andrew, I want to go plastic free. If I can, that is something that I want to aim for. And we decided, right, we're going to go for a French press. I do love the French press because it is 100% plastic free and it's stainless steel. So obviously it will shine like this for the rest of its life. Very good quality. It's a double wall. It keeps your coffee warm. This is what I did not like. If you are looking for something that's plastic free and you don't drink a lot of coffee, this is a good size and it does the job very, very well. I would recommend it for that. Andrew and I tend to, make coffee, leave the house, come back, then we want to warm up. I tried warming it up on the stove and I actually damaged it. I tried scrubbing that with multiple things. Maybe I can get it clean. I don't know. I've tried and I think I've damaged it. It's very sad. I didn't think that could happen to stainless steel. That's the one thing, is I can't take this pot and reheat it on the stove or in the microwave. That was the first problem. The second problem is, in a morning, I make about 4 of these for Andrew to get through a morning from waking up till he leaves for work. And the coffee grinds that's inside, I didn't want to flush down the toilet the whole time or throw it in my dustbin because it starts leaking. It's messy. I used to chuck it down the sink and that can clog your sink. So for me, that was always a problem. Not a problem. I wasn't comfortable with doing that long term. It actually got to a point where I was declogging my drain quite often. So if you don't drink a large quantity of coffee, where, like I said, just for breakfast, this would be made 4 times. So if you don't do that, like when I'm alone at home, I very quickly do myself a little pot and that's fine for an afternoon. So I do use it. It is, if you want to go plastic free, I do believe that this is a very good quality and it's a very good 2.5, like 2 large cups or 3 smaller cups. It's a very nice quantity if you're a single person that just wants some coffee in the afternoon. So that's the French press that we've got and still use. Now, let's move on to other small appliances. I'm going to position you like that because there you can see the dishwasher, the filter coffee machine, and the kettle that we got. The dishwasher, obviously, Chanel hates cooking. She hates cleaning. So dishwasher is essential. It is essential, people. In my household, it's an essential. And when we left South Africa, Andrew promised me he'll get me one in the Cayman, and we were there for such a short time before we realized, okay, this isn't going to work out for us. So I had to wait till we get to Dubai, and I promise you, I have not done dishes as much in my entire life as what I did without a dishwasher. And for those of you that don't have one and want one, I hope you get to save up for one very quickly, or that Black Friday will be a good time for you to pick one up. The one we've got is a Samsung, and it's nothing fancy. It holds 12 plates, and I think 12 plates, it's a standard size. I did not want a counter or under counter one because I need my counter surface, number one, and number two, because we use the air fryer so much and because we eat carnivore, there's a lot of fatty dishes, and I was scared that a countertop one would actually clog up too quickly. If you're not in that position and if you are single, I believe it's worth looking at a countertop one. But I will, on my website, I have a whole section that for Shop My Favorites. My website is going live on the 1st of November. So I have a whole, really trying hard to make it go live on the 1st of November. I will have a whole Shop Your Favorite section that will have all of these products listed. Next up is my kettle. It is a cordless kettle, and I love it. It's aesthetically, it's beautiful. It's got a wooden handle, and it is completely plastic free. There's nothing other than the outside. There's nothing plastic on this kettle. I've never heard of this brand before, but I am impressed. We unplug. We don't have enough plugs for this corner setup, so we do unplug this and the coffee machine on rotation, because during the day I don't drink filter coffee. I will make the French press, and this actually has various, let me see if I can, yes. I don't know. Let me bring you closer. This is not going to be edited, and I'm so sorry. So like you can see, you actually have 40 degrees, 80 degrees, 90 degrees. You press that one twice, and that's at 10 degrees. So you actually can do different settings if you want to do a bottle or just like a quick warm up. Very nice kettle. Very impressed with the functionality of this. And the fact that it is plastic free was a high selling point for me. I don't think it was the cheapest kettle, but definitely if you're looking at going plastic free, then that is one. Now, talking about going plastic free, we did use the French press for a good while. This filter coffee machine is not even, you can see it, it's not even 2 months old yet, I think. But this is a 12 pot Black & Decker, and I said to Andrew, I'm going to go cheap. I had a Bosch filter coffee machine in Johannesburg. Lasted a good couple of years. My sister is still using it. And then I bought myself a Smeg, little light blue Smeg. And you know what? Those were two very expensive filter coffee machines. And before that, I had a cheapy one from Mr. Price Home that I got when me and Andrew got married, because I had a French press before that. I tend to go to my French presses when I'm single or when it's just for me. So I actually enjoyed the little cheap and nasty one. It used to make the coffee warmer. It used to function exactly the same as the more expensive ones if you're not too much of a coffee snob. We're coffee snobs in the flavor profile department, not so much in that it has to be cooked at this temperature and it has to run through that process. Not so much like that, more in the flavor profile. So this is a 12 pot. We do buy filters for it. I take that filter out, I throw it in the dustbin, and that's my cleanup for this machine. And I actually make 1.5 or 2 full pots in the morning for me and Andrew during the week. So this one was life-changing. It was a game changer, because in my little kitchen, the only thing I have, something else I need to talk about, hey, is this little shelf. We got this. It holds the microwave and then my stuff, because in a kitchen that's only one wall long, you tend to run out of space. I would say it's not I don't think the surface is the most stable, and this is very lightweight. So if you need things that can move around on it, I don't think this will be the best without a grippy mat. We use it for the microwave, so like you can hear, it's very clunky and rattly, but it holds the weight quite well. My appliances fit in underneath, and my tea kettle for Andrew fits quite well up there. And now we're moving on to another thing I use daily that I didn't think I would. I actually, if you've been watching all my videos or for a long time, you know that I once bought this and I thought it was stainless steel. It was advertised as stainless steel, and it came to me and it was wrapped in silicone. I was disappointed because I wanted to go plastic free. I changed my mind in the meanwhile, because going plastic free is going to be obviously a personal decision for your life. And as far as going plastic free, I will try my hardest to do that when and wherever I can. With this, I realized that if this was stainless steel, then there would have been a hinge right there, right? Because how do you get round bars to stay in line without joining them, either by slotting them in or by welding them on? We all know that that is a weak spot and that will end up rusting. This is incredible because it will never rust, and I actually chuck this into the dishwasher if it gets gunky. I know I'm lazy to do dishes. If there's anyone out there that shares my feeling about dishes and kitchen work, welcome. If not, I hope you rub off on me, but it's been 47 years. It's not happening anytime soon. In any case, I use this thing more than what I thought I would. I initially got it, to rest over my basin. So when I do the dishes, I can actually, when I wash meat or dishes, whatever, I have a little dripping tray over here. What I end up doing is when I defrost meat, because my dishwasher runs out into here to make this setup legal for a rental. That's what we had to do. So when I have meat defrosting, I can't let it defrost in there because of that, because my meat defrosts overnight and this thing runs at night. So I actually ended up defrosting all my meat on here. Then when I spice it, I actually put my meat on there and I spice on here. Then I never have to clean a kitchen counter. And then when this thing is, and that's why I say when this thing gets all gunky, I just take it and put it in the dishwasher. It is the most incredible thing that I've bought. It wasn't expensive, guys. And I store it upright like that underneath the sink in the cupboard, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's easy accessible for me. This is just, I can't tell you how many wins is in this one item. Right, now over there, you can actually see a whole bunch of stuff that we buy every single month, or two, depends how long it lasts. But we can't get it in a shop, but we get it on Amazon. Obviously, everybody's most favorite electrolyte. Well, if it's not, I'm sorry. Should I say our most favorite electrolyte is the element tea. For now, this is the flavor that we have, the raspberry one. We buy this on Amazon because I haven't seen it in a shop yet. This is the one thing about the UAE. You can get anything and everything, but not always in a shop. I'm a traditional shopper. I like to climb into my car, climb to Andrew's car, drive to a shop, and then get what I want to get. I want to feel it and touch it and hold it. Unfortunately, I had to learn differently in the UAE because that's not what happens. Andrew has extremely sensitive skin, and with spices, even things like cool drinks, anything with flavoring, even when we landed here, we bought organic pink Himalayan salt, and it gave him a skin reaction. He's got psoriasis, and it's actually on his face, around his nose, and on his chin. So it flares up in his face, which is a very unfortunate place to flare up with an actual visual skin problem. So we're very careful with what we feed him, and it used to be a lot worse. We eliminated so much out of his diet. Initially, he couldn't drink this, where now he can tolerate it, and especially the raspberry flavor doesn't give him any issues. but he still has to monitor the quantities of this that he drinks. Redmond's real salt is one of those things that he has no reaction to it. So we buy about one of these a month. Then something else that we found was Elite. Now, everybody that drinks Elementine knows that it's quite expensive. This is a bit more affordable. So we tend to not do more than one of these a day. And then we supplement with these, especially when Andrew comes home after a day's work, when it's like 49 degrees outside, 52 degrees outside. He works at airfields, under hangars, sometimes on the tarmac. So he's out in the sun during the day, all day. And if he had an extremely hot day, he comes home, we put some of this in a little bit of water and he just chugs it. And this, I believe, is a very good quantity, a good quality electrolyte, and you can get good quantities in without chugging water, because if you're dehydrated and you chug too much water, it can actually make you feel sick. So this has been a winner for us in Dubai. Vitamin D, even though Andrew works outside all day, I don't work outside all day. He does use sunblock that we also buy on Amazon, actually, but I'll do a whole different series on what we use for skincare. It's just our most favorite ones that I have here now. Vitamin D, I drink it. I'm in the house most days. So that's mine. Pure magnesium oil. Again, Andrew works in the blazing heat all day. He struggles to balance his electrolytes because of it, and he ends up cramping. So we actually decant this into a bottle that we bought on Amazon. A continuous spray bottle. So you press it in and you hold and you just go shh. So yeah. We use this every single day, multiple times a day. It is a pure magnesium oil that we purchase on Amazon. According to ChatGPT, this is one of the cleaner ones. So because your skin is one of the biggest organs that can absorb, we tend to try and put as pure or as clean ingredients as we can on it. So that's the one that we have. Coincidental that our two electrolyte things are both blue, but they're not the same company. Magic Bar soap. This is Dr. Bronner's, and it's a Castile soap. I love it. I need to tell you this story. When we landed in the Cayman, we used to always buy Dove soap, and all of a sudden my skin would feel like it's crawling after showering, and I thought it was because of the extreme humidity that's in the Cayman. If you've never been to the Cayman, guys, I was almost dead. And then when we landed here, it just continued happening. Now, Dubai is a dry heat. That's what we used to in South Africa or in Johannesburg where we lived. The dry heat, very used to it. But my skin felt like it was crawling. And I found this website because I started doing research like how toxic is Dove soap. Dove soap, in my opinion, was one of the better soaps. So in any case, it ended up the website that I found, and I will link the website down below for you if you're interested in researching how toxic some of your everyday products are that you put directly onto your skin. It had the website runs from a 0 to a 10. So obviously at a 3, 4, you're starting to look at intermediate, and then 6, 7 starts getting out of range where you go, okay, please don't, they exist and they're very common, a lot more than what we think. But in any case, my beloved Dove soap ended up landing on a 5. My mascara was like a 4. My foundation was a 3. I was shocked. These are things that goes directly onto my face, onto my skin, and it absorbs into my body. And what I specifically am looking at is fertility stuff. So because I'm perimenopause, I had severe symptoms, and I was like, okay, what's affecting those hormones or that part of my body? And then neurological is the other things like neurotoxins or carcinogenics. Is that the right English words? If it's not, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. But those are the 3 things that I am looking at for my family. What affects our hormones, what affects, what's known to cause cancer, and what's known to cause brain and neurological issues. And my soap was one of them. I was shocked. We started using this. I am loving it. And Andrew has an issue with a few stronger flavors like the eucalyptus and I think the peppermint is the other one. He has slight irritation on his neck from the flavoring, but I mean, you do get this in an unflavored one, which will be the next one that I'm going to be purchasing. So this is what we've been using since we landed in Dubai. Our skin, considering how hard the water here is absolutely lovely. I will do a whole thing. Andrew has a lot of oils that he puts on his hair and his face, and I have a non-toxic shampoo that I've been using that I've been loving. And as the ex-hairdresser, you know how that important that is for us. So I'll cover that in a different video. This one is just what we use every single day. And guys, lastly is our coffee. Now there's a lot of there's a lot of talk on coffee and mold and blah, 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 blah. For me, we struggled to find a good and affordable because we're not made out of money in this place at all. So the flavor profile and the price had to match up. We did find an extremely inexpensive decaf coffee that's made from Carrefour, which is the local grocery shop, which was surprising. It's not too bad, and it's only 17 dirhams. We do decaf in the evenings. That's doable. But then we do enjoy a proper coffee. We've worked through various flavors, and we landed on Planet Coffee. And you know what? I order this. It's exactly the same price on Amazon as what it is in the shops here. Obviously, there's no exclusive, so Amazon won't always have the best deals, and the grocery shop won't always have the best deals. So if it costs me the same to have it delivered to my front door, then why not? So I actually just order 5 of these in a month, and Bob's your uncle, or Fatado. And I do love the fact that it's organic coffee and it has hazelnut notes. And it's very reasonably priced. It's definitely not one of the most expensive, and it's definitely not the cheapest. But when you get them on special, then I buy triple the amount. But guys, this is everything. And I mean everything that I use. I don't know if I can give you a zoom out. I am currently, where am I? I'm currently doing, busy doing slow roasting pork shanks. I am having pork belly for lunch, and I had for breakfast. So this thing's been used today already. It's going to be used a second time. I won't say I use this every day or even once a week, but my Victorinox is definitely high on my priority list of things that I mean, we know I won't live without them because I've shipped them over from South Africa to the Cayman. And if you've seen any of my Cayman videos when I packed up there, a lot of things didn't make it to Dubai because we didn't want to pay for extra luggage this time. We're like, you know what, we're going to the shopping capital of the world. If we can't find it there, it's not worth having. But these made the cut. I shipped them from Cayman to Dubai. I'm just not going to say anything. This was such a sad point for me when I packed in Cayman because I linked it back to, you know, when you have an item in your house, like, okay, I have arrived, like I'm now officially a grown-up. I had the blue salt and pepper grinders. I have the little teal spatula, and I had a kettle that matched this, also Le Creuset. And for me, that was such a nice rounding off of that beautiful kitchen that we made ourselves in, even the beautiful home that we created for ourselves in South Africa. So this is sort of the last of that chapter. So having to get rid of this would have been so sad. So this is so near and dear to my heart. And they are so strong and sturdy. I've had them for years. They were shipped literally all over the world in duffel bags, and nothing happened to them. So I'm very impressed. Yeah. So guys, these are the things that we use like daily. I mean, there's not a day that passes that we don't use these items. And I wanted to share them with you because they are. I'll have links. Okay, if you're in Dubai, You can go into Amazon. I'll link them for you. Even if you're not in Dubai, what I've noticed is even if I go into other content creators and I click on their Amazon link, I can take the description and then paste it in the UAE's Amazon, and then that item will come up, or it will say that one's not available, there's a related one. But all of these will be linked, so if you want to go check them out on Amazon and maybe buy them in your region, you can always use the description. So I will have them linked for you on my website. That will be going live on the 1st of November. I'm taking my community off platform. That's where we will be hosting the new community. All exciting stuff. But I thought Black Friday is coming up. We're talking about planning our next 2 months so that we stay on top of our budget and our overwhelming timeframes. So this is such an appropriate video to make for this time. In any case, guys, until Sunday, enjoy living life. Bye.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.